Hey everyone, Skeletal Zeus here. I'm bringing you a new video of Rift. It's recently become free to play, which I like a lot because this game was a lot of fun when I joined back when it first started. But you know, WoW had my attention back then, so I didn't really give this game a full chance. But since I've come back, I've seen they've added a bunch of good things and made this game just, mind-blowing good. Like, it's really fun, especially for free to play. Like, all the content is free. The only thing you really have to pay for is like special mounts or special costumes um, or if you want the new souls, which I'll explain later with the new expansion that came out with it. So basically, you see here we have the Guardians and the Defiants. Basically, your Alliance or Horde. And yes, I'm going to be comparing this game to WoW a lot. If you don't like that, then sorry, you might as well just click off now. The Guardians are more chosen of the gods, spiritual people, and your Defiants are more rebels. You know, they believe in technology and they don't want anything to do with the gods in this game. I do have a Guardian main, so I think we'll go with the Defiant character this time. And as you can see here, we have the Earth, which is more like your human race, and then you have Kalari, which is like your night elves or your, just your basic elf. And then you have Bami here, which are kind of like your bigger human, your ogres, kind of. They're just a little bit bigger than your regular human, a bit more muscular. So back up here to the Earth, you can see the Earth rose up in the deserts of the south, a clever and resourceful race. They have a tradition of taming their environment with magic and technology. And then some of the abilities down here are agility, which increases movement speed by 50% for 15 seconds. This ability cannot be used in combat, so that's basically like an out of combat sprint, which will be really good if you don't have a mount and you're questing and want to move around fast, or you're in a dungeon or something. Then also they have Desert Dwellers Birthright, which increases earth resistance by 20, which is pretty good. There's different types of magic in this game. There's death, there's life, there's air, there's water, and then there's earth. And I believe they may be bringing in some more later on. I'm not too sure. It's not confirmed. But that's the two racial abilities for the Earth. And then over here you can see on the Kalari, the elves of the Lost Kalari Owls have been tainted by generations of exposure to raw planar magic. That's pretty cool. Powerful spiritual mediums, the Kalari are the powerful but somewhat unpredictable race. So they're kind of like your blood elves, I guess. Racial abilities down here are camouflage. Basically, you transform into a fox for up to 30 seconds, decreasing the range in which enemies aggro them and despawning any pets the Kalari may have. This ability cannot be used in combat, which is good. Especially like if you're in a big old cave or something and you want to kind of sneak out without enemies seeing you, you can put this on and just kind of run out. You turn into a little fox. It's pretty cool. And then also down here you have Legacy of the Fire Islands. Fire resistance increased by 20. That's one of the 4 or maybe 5 magic schools in this game, which is pretty cool. You'll see once we start playing and later on that this game is very fun, and you have these rifts that come out of each one, fire, earth, water, air, death, life, and they're random, and we'll see that later on, but it's really fun. And then down here on the Bami, these exotic tribesmen of the Razade Kenyans are a hospitable race of strong, clever people who excel both in arts of war and crafts, which is pretty cool. I'm not quite sure who to compare this with. I guess like your orcs or something, but yeah. The abilities down here, Mighty Leap. Leaps at a selected target area cannot be used in combat. So it's basically like a teleport, almost like a blink, I guess, but out of combat. But you'll leap instead of teleporting, of course. And then Shalister's Heritage, air resistance increased by 20%, which is okay too. So you see each of the races come with different resistances and different abilities. I think we're gonna go with a Kalari, male of course. And down here you can also see what your character will look like in certain types of gear. Here is like not the plate, but the chain. This will be cloth, and then this will be plate. Plate looks pretty cool. So let's go ahead and hit next down here. And then you see over here we have 4 archetypes, which are warrior, who can do tank, damage, and support. And also in 3.0, I'm hearing they're bringing in a healing soul, which is cool. If you don't know Rift, you can make a character, say you make a mage. You see down here it says damage, healer, and support. So you can be a support class like a bard, or with the new souls, you get a flamethrower that can heal and also do damage. Or you can be a healer, which is really awesome as a mage because you're basically using nature damage to heal your players around you. You get like all these buffs that as you do damage, you heal your party members, which is basically like a Mistweaver monk, which I really like a lot. That's what my main is. And then also, you know, damage, of course. And the same with the warrior. You see here, they can be a tank, a damage, or support. And I believe they're bringing in a heal spec for warriors, which will be just crazy. I'm excited to see how they do that, you know. And then you have your cleric over here, which is your basic kind of support class in other games. But in this game, they are healers, tank, and damage. And I believe they are going to bring in a support class for that. And then also you have your rogues down here, which are damage, tank, and support. They are also going to bring in a healing spec for rogues as well. So, you know, this game is just, it's really fun because you get all these souls and you can get, you know, about 6 or 7 specs. I mean, you can switch in between at any time. So say you're doing damage or whatever, you're like, oh, you know what, I think I want a tank. All you do is you click your next set and you switch over to tank, and then say, oh, I'm done with tanking, I want to be a healer. So you switch over to your heal set, and they have it set up to where you don't really need different gear or anything. The way that it's set up is that, you know, each ability from each soul, which are kind of like your I guess like your talents in WoW, basically they kind of like revert to whatever stat you have. Like say you're a mage, and you want to be damaged, so you have all this damage gear, but say you want to heal the next minute. When you switch over to your healing spec, basically your intellect and like your healing is buffed up based on your damage, or maybe your intellect that you have on your gear, or maybe your wisdom that you have on your gear. It's really cool. Yeah, so basically, I think we're gonna make a rogue. I've been kind of wanting to play a rogue for a while because they can tank and they have a pretty cool new soul from the expansion. I forget the name of it at the time, but I went ahead and purchased the rolls off of the shop. So now I can be, you know, some of the newer ones that came out with the expansion. But I think we're gonna do a rogue, and then you can see here that's low level. This will be mid level, and then this will be high level. Yeah, so let's go ahead and pick rogue here. I mean, as you can see here, we could be a huntsman, an offensive rogue who calls upon animal companions to savage their foes while standing back and raining death from above. So basically, they're your hunter. That's basically what they are. You could also be a Shadow Stalker, which is basically like your assassination rogue. You'll teleport a lot in this spec, and you'll do. And then also these are just, you know, presets within the game. You do not have to pick a preset. There's all these different abilities and talents, and like this game is so customizable. And for free to play, must I add, like this game is just crazy good for free to play. Like, if you are not playing this game right now, shame on you, because it's way better than WoW. You don't need a freaking subscription plan. Graphics are better. You can customize your character however you want. This game is just really amazing, and I think that's why I'm stuck on it right now, because it's so good. Anyways, Shadow Stalker is basically your assassination rogue. And also you have your Planet Sentry, which is a tank. A tanking rogue. Can you believe that? That's crazy. Anyways, they teleport a lot, and they rely on mobility and stuff like that. Yeah, see here it says, a teleporting rogue built to take the hits for their allies. This build works best with a group. Yeah, it's not very good if you want to solo. Fights will take longer, of course, because you're a tank, but you know, I've seen some rogue tanks in action, and they're just really fun. It kind of reminds me of my assassination Inquisitor on SWTOR. Oh god, I played way too many games, but they're basically like that. They teleport a lot and kind of, you know, they can be squishy if you're not geared right or if you don't have your right procs up. But other than that, you know, it's really fun and really cool. Also, you could be a battle bard, which is, you know, basically old school. Bring out your guitar, put buffs on everybody. Play your guitar, play songs, you know, that's your battle bard. And then you have your flame trooper, which is actually new with the new expansion. I went ahead and bought it. It's not showing here, I don't know why, but um, it's basically like you have your daggers and stuff, or you know, later on you can even just have a bow in your flamethrower. But the new spec is basically based on your support flamethrower, where you can do a lot of damage, or you can heal, or you can put down these gadgets like grenades and stuff like that. It's actually really fun. Let's see what. I guess the engineer. I can't really think of anything on WoW to compare that to, but it's really fun. I think we're gonna go ahead and go with Flame Trooper on here, just so you can see the new one. And now we're at the actual customization screen where you can change everything about your character. You know, the face here, as you can see, look at that. I think we're gonna go like this, but you know, you have all these colors to choose from, markings, hairstyles. You can change the way your nose looks, your mouth, your ears, your eyes, you know, your body, height. They have some presets down here. And also you can see here, like, you can lock. So say you find something you like, but you just want to randomize everything else, you can go ahead and do that, and then random. See, it tells you da 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 da, and it's random. And that's pretty cool. This is the F here. The darker on the Defiant, they're a little bit darker than the Guardian side. The Guardian are more flesh colored, and the Defiants are more darker, like purples and blacks and grays. So I'm gonna go ahead and create my character here, and I'll meet you in game. I don't want you to sit here and see all this. Okay, we're back, and I have my guy created here. He kind of looks like a Wolverine hairstyle kind of thing, but it looks pretty good. And then we're gonna go ahead and pick a name here, and I'm gonna go with Chosen. It's the name of my monk on World of Warcraft, and I've kind of stuck on with that. My old name used to be Rharis. Rharis, but I'm kind of done with that, onto a new name. So here we go. And we're gonna sit here and watch the video.
We couldn't stop them. Without Ascended, we just weren't strong enough. I wasn't strong enough. The Guardians branded us heretics, destroyed our machines, and left us helpless against what was coming. Invaders from the rifts swept through the world like a plague. They crushed the Guardians, and then all of Telara fell before them. In their wake came the most ancient of evils, Regulus, the Destroyer. With no one left to stand before him, he devoured everything. But there is one last hope. We survivors have made our stand and successfully engineered a new Ascended. You are our masterpiece, Defiant. The fate of Telara rests on your shoulders. You must not fail.
And that's it for part 1 character creation of our Rift Let's Play. I'm not too sure if this is going to be a full Let's Play or if I'm just going to upload some PvE and PvP, but we will see. But anyways, thanks for watching, and come back for episode 2.